Have you ever said to yourself, "I'm just tired because I'm getting old"? Or noticed your feet swelling a little more each evening and thought, "It's probably just the heat," or "I've been sitting too long"? Maybe you've been waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night to use the bathroom and figured, well, that's just what happens after 70. But what if I told you that these small annoyances, these daily inconveniences you've been quietly enduring might actually be signs that your kidneys are struggling and no one's told you yet? You see, kidney disease in older adults often doesn't shout, it whispers. By the time it makes noise, real damage may have already been done. This video will reveal the 6 subtle but serious signs your body may already be showing, and why ignoring even one of them could be a dangerous mistake. These are the symptoms your doctor might miss and that you can catch earlier if you know what to look for. Watch this video until the end, because there's one silent sign, the most overlooked one, that could absolutely surprise you, and knowing it might just protect your future. Why seniors should never ignore these symptoms. Breaking the myth. Most people think kidney problems start with pain, sharp, obvious pain, but that's not how it usually works, especially not for older adults. The truth is, your kidneys are quiet workers. They don't complain until they're in real trouble. That's why so many seniors are walking around with chronic kidney disease and don't even know it. One of the biggest misconceptions I've heard over and over from people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s is this: if something was wrong with my kidneys, I'd feel it. Or, "I'm just tired because of my age. My blood pressure's a little high, but that's normal, right?" No, it's not that simple. As we age, our kidneys naturally lose some of their function. But if you also have high blood pressure, diabetes, or even just years of using certain medications, your risk of kidney damage rises dramatically, and you may not feel a thing until it's too late. Kidney disease is called a silent killer for a reason. You don't wait for chest pain to care about your heart, so don't wait for kidney failure to care about your kidneys. Your body is sending you signals, but they're quiet and easy to miss unless you know what to look for. Let's walk through those 6 signs one by one, starting with the one almost everyone ignores. 1. Oatmeal. The breakfast that helped. Joe avoid dialysis. Joe was 76 when he started feeling more tired than usual. He figured it was just age until his doctor told him his kidney numbers weren't looking good. His eGFR had dropped below 60. He was shocked. Joe didn't drink, didn't smoke. But like many of us, he didn't realize that his daily choices at breakfast were stressing his kidneys. He used to start every morning with bacon toast and a cup of strong coffee. Sound familiar? Then one day, a dietitian told him, "Joe, your kidneys don't just need less sodium, they need fuel that works with them, not against them." That's when oatmeal entered his life. It's simple, right? Just a bowl of oats, but here's the science. Oatmeal is rich in soluble fiber, which helps lower cholesterol, and that helps reduce stress on the cardiovascular system, which in turn eases pressure on the kidneys. It's also low in sodium, potassium, and phosphorus, the 3 elements that kidneys in distress have trouble managing. And the fiber helps regulate blood sugar, key for seniors with diabetes, one of the top causes of kidney damage. Joe started eating a bowl of oatmeal each morning, topped with blueberries or a little cinnamon, and within 3 months his labs began to stabilize. He still needed regular checkups, but his doctor told him, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." It may sound too simple to matter, but that daily bowl of oatmeal gave Joe the one thing every senior with kidney risk needs: control. And sometimes control starts with a spoon. 2. Blueberries. The little fruit that fights. Inflammation silently. Martha was 81 when her daughter noticed something strange. Her hands and ankles were often swollen, and she kept scratching her skin, complaining that it just feels dry all the time. At first, Martha thought it was just another sign of getting older, but her lab results told another story: her kidneys were inflamed, and her doctor warned that she was on the edge of stage 3 kidney disease. That's when her granddaughter, a young nutrition student, brought her a small basket of blueberries. "Grandma," she said, "these little things are like medicine for your kidneys." Martha laughed. "Medicine? These are fruit." But she tried it anyway. Every morning she added half a cup of blueberries to her oatmeal or yogurt, and over time, something changed. Here's why it worked. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, natural antioxidants that help fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two key drivers of kidney damage. They also support blood vessel health, which helps regulate blood pressure, another major enemy of aging kidneys. Blueberries are low in sodium and phosphorus, but high in vitamin C, which helps protect against tissue damage. And for seniors who struggle with blood sugar, their fiber content helps keep glucose levels steady, reducing one more layer of kidney strain. Martha noticed her energy returning. Her skin wasn't as dry. Her swelling improved. At her next checkup, her doctor smiled and said, "Whatever you're doing, it's working." She didn't take a miracle pill. She simply started each day with a handful of blueberries and a bit of hope. Sometimes the smallest fruit can bring the biggest healing. 3. Cauliflower, the unexpected swap that changed Harold's dinner plate. Harold was a retired mechanic, 84 years old, with a sharp mind and a stubborn streak. He loved his food, especially mashed potatoes, salted roast beef, and thick gravy. But after a mild heart scare and some troubling kidney results, his doctor gave him a list. No more red meat, watch your salt, and cut down on potassium and phosphorus. Harold stared at the paper and said, "Well, Doc, what's left to eat, then air?" That's when his granddaughter stepped in again and made him a meal he never forgot: mashed cauliflower with olive oil, garlic, and a pinch of lemon. Harold grumbled at first. "You're replacing potatoes with this." But the taste surprised him. It was smooth, savory, and most importantly, kidney-friendly. Here's what most seniors don't know. Cauliflower is a powerhouse for kidney health. It's low in potassium, phosphorus, and sodium, the three key minerals that damaged kidneys struggle to filter. It contains glucosinolates compounds that support natural detoxification pathways, and it's rich in vitamin C, fiber, and anti-inflammatory agents that help the body reduce oxidative stress. Harold started replacing his mashed potatoes and rice with cauliflower mash a few times a week, and guess what happened? His blood pressure dropped, his phosphorus levels came down, and he felt lighter after meals, not weighed down like before. Most importantly, he didn't feel like he was giving up his favorite foods, just finding smarter versions of them. Turns out he told his doctor this cauliflower stuff isn't so bad after all. Sometimes the best changes are the quiet ones sitting right there on your dinner plate. 4. Olive oil, the liquid gold that protected Maria's kidneys. Maria was 79, a retired piano teacher with a soft voice and a sharp sense of humor. She had always believed she ate pretty healthy, but when her doctor told her she had early-stage kidney disease, she was stunned. She didn't eat fast food. She rarely drank soda. But when they reviewed her meals, one thing stood out. She cooked everything, even vegetables, in butter or margarine. Maria, her dietitian, said gently, "Your kidneys need less saturated fat and more healthy fats that fight inflammation." That's when Maria discovered olive oil. Now she didn't become one of those people who suddenly turned their kitchen upside down. No, she made one small change. She swapped butter for extra virgin olive oil. On toast, in her soups, over her roasted vegetables. Within weeks, her digestion improved. She felt less bloated. Her skin looked brighter. And over the next few months, her blood pressure came down, and so did her LDL cholesterol, both of which were quietly harming her kidneys. Here's what makes olive oil so special for seniors with kidney concerns. It's rich in monounsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, two major contributors to kidney decline. It contains polyphenols, natural antioxidants that protect blood vessels and support overall cardiovascular health. It helps lower bad cholesterol and supports stable blood sugar, critical for seniors managing diabetes or hypertension. Maria's story isn't dramatic, and that's what makes it so powerful. She didn't do anything extreme. She didn't cut out entire food groups. She simply chose better fat, and her kidneys thanked her for it. Every time she poured a little olive oil onto her salad or sautéed her greens, she smiled and said, "This is my medicine now, and it tastes better than pills." 5. Red bell peppers, the bright vegetable that helped Frank fight back. Frank, a 74-year-old former construction foreman, had always been a meat and potatoes kind of guy. He didn't care much for vegetables, especially the colorful ones. "Those are just decoration," he used to joke. But after a routine checkup revealed rising creatinine levels and early signs of kidney strain, Frank was forced to look closer at his plate. His doctor told him, "Your kidneys are under pressure. You need to cut back on potassium-heavy foods. Bananas out, tomatoes limited, spinach too much." Frank was frustrated until a dietitian introduced him to something he'd never paid attention to: red bell peppers. He gave them a try reluctantly in a stir-fry, then again raw in a salad, and finally roasted with olive oil and garlic, and that's when something clicked. Not only did they taste sweet and crisp, they fit perfectly into his kidney-safe diet. Here's why red bell peppers are a kidney superstar. They're low in potassium, which makes them safe even for seniors with impaired kidney function. They're packed with vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin B6, all of which support immunity and tissue repair, and they contain lycopene, an antioxidant that helps fight cell damage, reduce inflammation, and support heart health, which in turn protects the kidneys. Frank made a deal with himself: eat half a red bell pepper a day, chopped in salads, blended into soups, or just sliced as a snack. In 6 months, his labs stabilized, his energy improved, and he started to feel like himself again without giving up flavor or satisfaction. "This thing saved me," he told his wife, holding up a shiny red pepper, "and I used to laugh at it." Sometimes the food you ignored your whole life becomes the one that helps you live longer. 6. Garlic, the tiny clove that quietly guards your kidneys. Eleanor was 88 when she began losing her appetite. Food just didn't taste the same anymore. She was skipping meals, eating less, and feeling more tired each week. When her daughter finally convinced her to get blood work, the truth came out: Eleanor's kidney function was declining and her blood pressure was creeping dangerously high. The doctor gave her the usual list: cut sodium, avoid processed foods, stay hydrated. But Eleanor had one stubborn habit: she loved flavor. "What's food without taste?" she asked. That's when her nutritionist said, "You don't need to give up flavor. You just need to change where it comes from." And she handed her a bag of garlic bulbs. Garlic Eleanor was skeptical. She thought garlic was just for pasta sauce or scaring off vampires. But she gave it a shot. She began sautéing garlic in olive oil and adding it to her steamed vegetables. She mashed roasted garlic into her cauliflower instead of butter. She even started adding crushed garlic to her soups and broths. And something surprising happened. Her food came alive again, rich, warm, deeply satisfying without salt, and her body responded too. Here's why garlic is such a powerful ally for aging kidneys. It contains allicin, a natural compound with anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Garlic helps lower blood pressure and reduce cholesterol, both of which are leading causes of kidney damage. It improves blood circulation and supports immune function, critical for seniors who often face multiple health challenges. And most importantly, it allows you to reduce sodium without sacrificing taste, a huge win for kidney health. Eleanor's next blood pressure reading was her best in years. Her appetite returned. She smiled more at the dinner table, and all because she added something small, fragrant, and ancient to her daily meals. "You don't need a cabinet full of pills," she said one night. "Sometimes you just need a little garlic." Your Kidney Smart Day. A simple daily plan to protect your kidneys. You don't need to flip your life upside down to protect your kidneys, but you do need to be intentional, one meal, one bite, one choice at a time. Here's a gentle, realistic plan for how you can turn everyday foods into daily kidney medicine. Morning wake up and protect. Start with warm water and a splash of lemon. It gently wakes your digestion and helps flush out overnight waste. Hydration, first, caffeine later. Breakfast, a bowl of oatmeal topped with a handful of blueberries and a drizzle of olive oil or a spoon of ground flaxseed. This combination supports blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, and eases the load on your kidneys. Activity, a 10-minute walk even inside your home, helps circulation, which helps kidney function. And it clears the mind. Midday, fuel with flavor, not salt. Lunch, roasted cauliflower and red bell peppers, tossed in olive oil, garlic, and a squeeze of lemon. Add a side of lean protein like grilled chicken or whitefish, but keep it moderate. Flavor everything with herbs, garlic, and citrus. Skip the salt shaker. Hydration tip. Sip water throughout the day, don't gulp. Aim for 6 to 8 small glasses unless your doctor advises otherwise. If you're on fluid restriction, use lemon slices or mint leaves to make it feel satisfying. Mental check-in. Are you more tired than usual? Urinating more or less? Noticing swelling? Write it down. Awareness is your first layer of protection. Evening light, warm and healing. Dinner. Steamed or grilled vegetables like more red bell pepper, green beans, or squash, seasoned with garlic and olive oil. A small serving of brown rice or mashed cauliflower can round out the plate. Keep it light, especially if you've had a heavier lunch. Evening habit. Elevate your feet if you have swelling. Avoid salty snacks or heavy meats. And if you take medications, double check with your doctor that none are hard on the kidneys. Weekly and monthly touch points. Once a week, plan meals ahead. Choose kidney-smart groceries. Review your food journal. Once a month, ask your doctor about your kidney numbers, especially if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or swelling. Every day, choose one small thing to improve. That's how change lasts. This is not a diet. It's a defense. You're not just eating to survive, you're eating to protect your independence, your clarity, and your energy. This is food that loves you back. Conclusion. Just 5 minutes a day can protect a lifetime of independence. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to count every calorie or memorize complicated charts. What your kidneys need is consistency. Small, kind, protective choices made every day. Because here's the truth. Kidney disease doesn't start with a scream. It begins with quiet signs, tiredness, swelling, changes in urine, and waits to see if you're listening. But now you know. You've learned about the 6 warning symptoms. You've heard the stories of people just like you who took action not with fear, but with food. You've seen how something as simple as a bowl of oatmeal, a handful of blueberries, a roasted clove of garlic can become part of your healing. So here's my invitation to you. Take 5 minutes today. Check your ankles. Write down your energy level. Look at your dinner plate. Ask yourself, is this serving my kidneys? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, start small. Start now. Because you deserve more than just getting by. You deserve to feel clear, steady, strong for yourself, for your loved ones, and for the life you still have ahead. And if this video helped you even just a little, please like it, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your kidneys may be silent, but you don't have to be. You are not powerless. You have choices, and those choices start today.